Gentlemen, wonderful weather. Let's get cracking on यूक्रेन. आप जानते हो यूक्रेन में जंग बहुत जबरदस्त हो रहा है और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप हैज सेड कि मैं जब पावर में आऊंगा 20 तारीख को, that is on 20th of January, I'm going to stop this war. Will he be able to do it? I don't think so. It's such a dangerous situation as it is. He's not going to be in a position to stop the war because there's a deep state in America, and that deep state देखेगी कि ये जंग जारी रहे. Now some strange developments have taken place. One of the Russian generals who was commanding in Ukraine has been killed. He was killed by a remote control device when he was going from his home to his office. This is a very serious matter, and obviously I think the man who would have got it done is the Ukrainians and under the leadership of Zelensky. Zelensky is realizing that the time is very limited. 20th January, Donald Trump will be in the chair and Zelensky may be in the air. That means he may be out. So he is wanting the war to be escalated, and Biden is behind him clapping away, thinking that we must see that the war continues and present Donald Trump with the fait accompli, that he won't be able to do anything. In fact, I think Donald Trump is going to have a very tough time to stop this war now because the Russians are infuriated. Donald Trump is also angry, but what the hell is he going to do? And as far as Ukraine is concerned, they want the war to continue. And they are the Western allies, France and Germany and England, they want the war to continue so that Russia can be defeated. Now let's accept one fact, that NATO and all these three countries which I've named don't have the spunk, the strength to fight a war with Russia on their own. They know. They just are sitting there, sitting on their haunches and hoping that the man who will win the war for them is none other than a man called Zelensky. So they want him to support him with all sorts of weapons, with all sorts of tanks, missiles and rockets, and of course Joe Biden, because he's still the president for another 30 days, and the 30 days is a long time. Anything can happen in that. And Donald Trump should also beware, because there is the deep state in America which is led by the American military economic complex, which doesn't want the war to stop. They want all the dollars which is supposed to be coming in, going to Ukraine, coming into their pocket, the weapons being given to Ukraine. And I never really bothered, what's the cost of it on the American taxpayer. They're not bothered. They want their own profit, and that's a typical capitalist society. Let us see what Donald Trump can do. It's going to be a tough time for him, I can tell you. Very, very tough time. Now the Russians are going to agree also to a ceasefire or something like that. Why? You kill their general, and tomorrow they make an attempt on Putin and kill him also possibly, and you think there's going to be any peaceful or ceasefire? I don't think he's going to agree to it. And as far as the Americans are concerned, and Donald Trump in particular, he should be very, very careful. Very, very careful. He's had 3 attempts on his life. 3 बार उनके ऊपर जानलेवा हमला हो चुका है. And एक बार जरूर और होगा. I do not never know, like Robert Bruce. It might be 4th time lucky. So Donald Trump has to be very careful now and keep his guard up. Though he's got a very nice man in Kash Patel who's going to head the FBI and see to it that the FBI is disbanded, but I don't think he'll be able to do it. So we'll have to wait and see, gentlemen, what happens on the 20th of January. But 20th of January is told a long way off. बहुत दूर है. Delhi दूर है. And now we'll have to see what's going to happen in Ukraine. Ukraine has been attacking the hinterland of Russia with rockets and missiles, the carte blanche of which has been given by none other than Joe Biden, this gentleman who's on his last legs, doesn't want to go home and fish with his children, catch fish with his children. He's just interested in aggravating the war and creating a situation where Donald Trump is presented with a fait accompli. Donald Trump won't know what the hell is happening. Donald Trump also has to be very careful. How's he going to stop the war? I don't think so, because the sands of time are slipping away from his hands. And like the last days of Pompeii, we brought destruction on the city through the Mount Etna, and it's going to be the same thing here. As far as Joe Biden is concerned, it's the last days of Pompeii for him. And he's interested in making a name in history and going away. after the ignoble receipt of the bad name which he got in Afghanistan, where the American army ran away like kittens from a tiger and just helter-skelter. Well, they want to make amends for that, American military, the deep state, and so this is what is happening. Russian general being killed is not a joke. And now the war is going to go up. Russians have also been defeated in Syria. That's a very serious matter. They couldn't intervene in Syria at all, being tied up in Ukraine. Their enemy, their friend rather, Iran, has his backbone broken with the Syrian conflict. So, gentlemen, let's wait and see what happens in the future. And the future is very murky as far as Ukraine is concerned. The only solution is that if Zelensky is somehow removed from the scene, but England, France, and Germany are very supportive of Zelensky. I don't know why he is supporting him when their own economies are in dire straits. And Macron, I remember making a statement once that Russia must not be allowed to win. What the hell is he talking? And because the French themselves, on their own capability, don't have the army nor the wherewithal nor the strength to face up to the Russians. Would they have it? They've been defeated outright. They've been defeated in every war for the last 100 years. Look at the way they were defeated on one side 40 days by Hitler. The whole of France was occupied. And look at the way they lost a Dien Bien Phu in Indochina when the entire French army surrendered. Hands up. You think the French are going to be able to fight? England's finished also as a world power. And it's more and more dominated by Islamics. And the last champion of the West is now Donald Trump. But there's a deep state plotting against him. And they won't let Donald Trump win. They would like to see that he's removed from the scene, maybe by an accident, by an assassination, by anything. They don't want Donald Trump there. So Donald Trump has got up his task. He's got the entire establishment against him in America. I think even the CIA and the deep state and the social military complex, though he's got Elon Musk on his side, but that's not enough. He's got so many good people in his cabinet, but will they be able to exert themselves in such situations where they're presented with a fait accompli? So Ukraine, gentlemen, is now the Gordian knot. You know what the Gordian knot is? That's precisely something which can be solved. And who's going to clean the audience tables in Ukraine? As I've said, the Russians are making big gains in Ukraine, but these gains are negated by the fact that the top leadership is under threat.